Lovely starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child, I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.
Hi, and welcome to Handmade by Ditsy Tulip. I'm Mel, and in today's video I'm just going to share with you some of the makes that I did in December. So I have already shared some of the makes because a lot of what took up December was my opium coat and the Christmas gifts that I made. So I've already shared videos on those, so if you've not seen those videos already, then just check out my last few videos and you'll find them there. But then there are some other makes that I did towards the end of December, so I'm just going to share those with you today. So the first thing that I want to share is the lovely velvet Wixton kimono. So I did share this fabric previously. This is one of the fabrics that I got as part of the Minerva Crafts blogger network, and it's not the type of fabric that I would normally go for, but I'm really pleased that I did because really happy with how this turned out. So it actually looks really luxurious, it's really soft, it's really cosy, and it's got a nice glisten in it as well, which makes it look quite expensive, but it was actually really cheap. So it was about I think it's £6.99 a metre. If you buy this now, it's available in 2 different colours, but the RRP on this is about £40 a metre, so there's quite a good saving on this at the moment. So I did decide to go for the medium length kimono on this because I didn't have enough fabric for the longer length, but I actually like the medium length. It works nice with jeans and things as well, and looks a bit more like a cardi type thing than the longer length does. And I did an unlined version on this as well because the fabric is backed with like a cotton fabric. So yeah, I decided to make it unlined, and I just sewed it together using the overlocker. So with hindsight, what I would perhaps do next time when I'm doing an unlined version is to do a Hong Kong finish on the excuse me, on the seams, just to give it a bit more of a special look. But it's worked out fine, and nobody else sees the inside other than me. So let me just bring this in and show you the detail. So yeah, you can see it's a gorgeous colour, really soft and luxurious, and it has got a little bit of a sparkle in there as well. As I mentioned in my last video, if the camera kind of moves in and out a little bit, I do apologise. At the moment I'm having problems with my camera focusing. It's coming out a bit fuzzy unless I leave it on the mode where it auto focuses, so sometimes it does move ever so slightly. I'm upgrading my phone hopefully over the next few weeks, so hopefully I can change to that then I don't have the same problems. So yeah, this did sew together really quickly and easily. This is the 3rd Wixton kimono that I've made now, so I'm really familiar with the construction, and with it not being lined, that helped to speed it up as well. The fabric was absolutely fine to work with, but it was super messy. So when I cut this out, it was like a bomb had exploded, a fluff bomb had exploded in the sewing room. There was fluff everywhere, and I was finding it for days later. But actually sewing was absolutely fine. This actually looks nicer on, I think, than it looks off as well. So I will have inserted some photos as I've talked you through this jacket as well. The next thing that I made, which was actually made to match with this, is another Tilly and the Buttons Ariel skirt. So again, I've made a few versions of the Ariel now. It's tried and tested, it sews together really well, and it fits really well, so that's why I thought I'd make the same skirt, and it takes next to no fabric at all, less than a metre. So this is again a Minerva Crafts blogger network make, so it's a lovely fabric that I got from there. I can't remember the name and the price, so I will insert some text, but it's got a really nice metallic detail, and because of the type of fabric that it is, again, I didn't need to line it because it's quite silky on the inside and doesn't cling to tights and things anyway. So let me show this one to you. Fabric is this gorgeous geometric detail with greys and oranges and blacks, and then I've just added plastic buttons. And to show you the inside of the fabric, that's what it's like on the inside. So as I say, I didn't need to line this version. So yeah, really pleased with how this turned out. I actually made the skirt and the jacket for my Christmas do that I went out for with my team at work. So I did rush them because I left it till last minute. I'd got other plans on what I was going to wear and that didn't work out, so I decided last minute to make these up for my Christmas outfit. But really pleased that I did. I actually wore them Christmas Day as well. And the final make is, I know I'm very late to the party, but I made my first toaster sweater. So this is a gorgeous dusky pink colour. I'm afraid I'm not sure what the fabric is because I got it from the wool remnants. Whoops! I got it from the wool remnant basket at Abercan, so I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'll bring it in closer to show you in a second. Not sure if it's some kind of boiled wool. I did pre-wash it because I thought a jumper I'm going to need to wash, so I did pre-wash the fabric. So and it smelt a bit funny when I washed it and it was drying, so I wasn't quite sure whether it was going to work out, but once it had dried it was absolutely fine and there's none of that smell on it at all. I found it when I was pressing it as well, as I was constructing it and I was pressing it with the steam iron, some of the smell would come back as well, so I'm not sure if that's what happens when it's got wool in it or whether it's the dye or what, I'm not sure. So let me show you the detail on this one. So yeah, it's a really nice fabric. It's really heavy and thick and cosy. You've got the cuffs at the bottom and the cuffed hem as well. And it's the funnel neck version as well, so there's two versions of the toaster sweater. Can't remember whether this is version 1 or version 2, again I'll put text in, but really happy with how this turned out and I think this will get lots of wear. And the fabric isn't itchy either. I thought it may be a little bit itchy, but it's not. It's quite soft and quite smooth, so that is good as well. It was quite a simple and easy make. It's quite straightforward. It is a beginner level pattern. You've got kind of the raglan sleeves and you've got the funnel collar, and then you attach the cuffs and the hem. So there's no kind of fastenings that you need to sew or anything like that. You do need to make sure that you're working with a fabric that's got at least 20% stretch, and this had about 30% stretch, so that was fine. And I thought that I was going to construct this solely on the overlocker, but I found in some places, because the fabric is really thick and heavy, it didn't like going through the machine in a smooth way, and the two seams would pull away from one another. So in the thicker areas where I'd got multiple layers being joined together, I did sew it on the standard sewing machine using a small zigzag stitch, and then finish the seams with the overlocker. On the more straightforward seams, so like the side seams, I just whizzed it straight through the overlocker and did it that way. But like the collar and the cuffs and the hem, I attached first with the standard machine. So yeah, I'm very late to the party, but I would highly recommend this pattern and it fits really well also. Again, I'll insert some pictures to show you. So that was it. I just wanted to share with you some more of my December makes. I am making in January. You will have seen from the previous video, hopefully, that I've got the ginger jeans back out on the table, so I'm going to be working on those. And I've got a Linen-Bloom-Heirloom blouse on the horizon out of some gorgeous silk as well. So I'll keep you posted with how I get on with those. So have a wonderful week, whatever you're up to, and I will see you very soon. Bye!
All my dreams are coming true. Heavy shackles used to hold me down. Now my feet don't even reach the ground. Just like a prisoner when his sentence ends.